Hi guys and welcome, my name is Jude and today I am here to do a review of In a Dark Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. Before I begin this review, let me start by saying that I did not like this book. I actually hated this book and I'm about to tear it to pieces. So if you really liked it or you feel that you can get easily offended by me not liking this book, then I do suggest you scroll on to the next video. But for those of you staying, welcome and let's start. So In a Dark Dark Wood is the story of Nora, a woman who gets invited to a hen night, the hen night of someone who used to be her best friend 10 years ago. She gets invited, they hadn't had any communication before that, and she's like, okay, this is weird, but I'm gonna go. And so she goes, and the hen night turns out to be in this house made of glass walls in the middle of the wood, and there's a murder. There's a murder. It's in the description. Someone's getting married, someone's getting murdered. That happens. So of course when I picked this book up, I think it's going to be this bomb-ass book about like this murder coming for them in the middle of the woods, like a very, very classic horror film of people being in a cabin and just getting murdered, but like with mystery, and like it's gonna be like so cool and weird, and there's a past intertwining, and it's going to be like a ride, a full thriller ride. That's what I thought I was signing up for. That's how this book is being marketed. That's how this book is playing itself out to be. Now I cannot tell you what this book is about because that will be spoilers, but I can tell you what this book is not about. It's not a slasher film of people getting murdered in the middle of the woods. It's not that. The first half of the book is quite amazing writing style-wise. Ruth Ware is amazing at writing. She was writing and I just felt tense from the very first page, and you could feel that something was very off, and I liked that. I appreciated it so much. She was amazing at just setting up a picture in my mind, and I was in the world. I was immediately captured by In a Dark Dark Wood. No questions asked, I wanted to read it. And the whole first half of the book, it's just that. Not much happening, but just unraveling things that are just off, and you feel it, and it's all in the writing, and it was amazing, and I applaud that so much. I hadn't enjoyed the first half of a mystery book so much before. And once we were jumping into the second half of the book and you know that shit's about to go down, I was just so excited and so ready to just see things. Even though the idea of people getting murdered in the middle of the woods it's quite the cliche, I just felt that Ruth Ware was making it into this amazing tale, and it was going to be bomb. But then that doesn't happen, and nothing happens really. It's boring. What happens is nada. Like, there's a murder, and then there's nada. Nothing interesting happens. I'd love to say that I'm the only one that thought that, but reading other people's reviews, I saw that so many people agreed with this. It's so boring, and it's so draggy, and it's so slow. The author in her mind just had this big idea of like, oh, you're going to think it's a cliche murder story, and it's not. It's gonna be this whole mystery thing that's going to unravel and unfold. The thing is that it doesn't do that. It's just boring and I don't care. I think that's the biggest flaw of In a Dark Dark Wood, that it tried to be way more clever than it actually was. There's actually a line in this book. There's a part in this book where the protagonist thinks, oh, so you thought this was going to be a cliche, right? Well, it's not. It's more than that. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just a bad book. The author knew it was going to face a sort of backlash of not delivering what was expected, and she was like, oh, it's because it's more than that. It's way more clever than that. It's a bigger story in itself. It's not. It didn't deliver. It was bad. It was so boring. From the moment the big murder happens and it's just reveal after reveal after reveal, it's just a bunch of endless drama that I'm like, it's bullshit. It's slow bullshit, because the book starts with her, I think, at the hospital, and she's sort of like remembering things, and as I said, the first half of the book is amazing in how the author sets the tone, but then the whole second part, she just doesn't write anything. She's just like writing and then jump to another chapter and another chapter and another chapter, and it drags on and on and on, and they don't tell you anything. I'm sure she thought it was going to just build up the mystery, the not telling you anything, but it's just boring. By the end, it's just boring. Like, there's a fine line between dragging on a mystery for me to be like, and it's a whole other thing to just never tell you anything, and it's just boring. It's so boring that by the time you actually give me facts, I'm not interested. I skipped pages. I skimmed through the last half of this book. I've never done that. I just skipped pages. I skipped them because it was so boring. Nothing was happening, and like, I get it. It's like, it's gonna be a mystery. I get it. Now just write about it. I didn't feel stressed in a good way, like, oh my god, the tension, the mystery. No, it was just like, I'm reading garbage. I'm not reading anything of substance. Nothing's happening. And as I said, as you do get the facts, it's just bullshit. It's bullshit. It's very overly dramatic bullshit, and I'm like, no. She had a great thing going on. She could have made it the cliche of the cliche and still make it amazing and psychologically creepy, and just I just felt so much potential. I was so ready to be given like a big mindfuck of a book, and she was like, oh, I have a great thing here. You think it's gonna go that way? Well, no. And the direction it took was just a bad one. It was a very, very bad one. It felt very pretentious on behalf of the author to be like, oh, you think it's gonna be a cliche? Well, no, because I'm smarter than that, so I'm gonna give it a full twist and it's not going to work and it's gonna be slow as fuck. Which was really bad, and I don't get how an author can write the first half of the book and then the second half of the book as she did, so good and then so bad. And that's all I have to say about In a Dark, Dark Wood. It's a book that had a lot of potential and tried to be way more mysterious than it actually was, and it ended up being just a pretentious story that doesn't work and I didn't like. There are, though, many more reviews out there that do praise this book, others that tear it apart even more than me. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide if you want to read it, if you already read it, and if you liked it, and if you didn't like it. And it's also up to you to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, because I'd love to know what you thought about this book. And thank you so much for watching. If you did, I love you so much. Subscribe if you want, give it a big thumbs up if you like. If you didn't like it, then just thumb it down. I don't mind. I don't care. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.